Hello to the Warframe community. It's my first time being here, YouTube wise. You can find me on TikTok. Disclaimer, I do lore videos. I do a lot of conceptions and theories about Warframe, this, that, and the third. I try to stay away from the builds and all this extra stuff because that's where the real intense players are at. So yeah. But this is going to be my first Warframe YouTube video, and I'm very excited because for a month now I've been doing Warframe content, and it has truly felt like a full circle being able to finally make content on something that I've been loving for years, since I was 12 years old. I'm 22 now, and putting myself in a position to just be such a crazy good advocate for Warframe that so many people will go out their way to just watch me on TikTok and just be interested in my takes and theories. And I never thought in a million years, but I expected nothing less. Like, this very rich community has helped me put myself in a position to make this said video. So here I am, and it's great to meet you. Now, first off, this is going to be a straight freestyle, as you can see. No script, because I was very hesitant and kind of postponing this video and like setting it up. And anytime I do that, I like to just go full dive into it. No hesitations, none whatsoever. So we're going to talk about the future of Warframe in a sense. I'm talking more Helminth system. I'm talking more powers and abilities that the Warframe have, and my personal solution. Now, let's get into it. And quick disclaimer, we do have a server that will be down in the description below called Tenno Council's Office. I have created this server myself to put the community in a more enriched place of just growing and learning, where they don't feel too overwhelmed. I'm talking baby Tenno, adequate Tenno, even veterans that haven't played in years and just want to get back into it. I really want to put this server in a position where we can even have it as big as Warframe or Warframe Market, just a very essential website to help fellow Tenno any way we can. I'm talking counseling for builds, lore, clans, modding, even progression, network content, etc. The whole shebang. So please feel free. Don't be scared, of course. I do love to make sure everyone is immersed and they don't feel like the odd ones out in conversations and all of that good stuff. So yeah. Now, I would be lying if I said I didn't feel the pressure of making a video like this for my favorite game of all time. But honestly, I'm going to let that drive and tenacity of me wanting to post this take its course, pretty much. So please bear with me. I never really had like slow monologue like this for like a good extended amount of time. So we're going to break it down into 4 parts. That way we can have a little bit of fun time as we talk. Now, first, we're going to have our past, the Tenno's past, because that is a very tricky one. Second, the Tenno in general. Third, the Helminth. And 4th, Warframes. Just to bring it all full circle, okay? Now, let's start with 1. The Tenno's past is a really delicate aspect of the Warframe, because we have the unreliable narrator approach where we could be spot on with something or be so far off, and that's all up to DE pretty much. But man, oh man, this old piece has really taken a lot of people for a loop. It has taken me for a loop. A quick little spin, I'm not gonna lie to you. Being in a position to look at our past finally and see so much different things, such as a treaty, a focus rework, because we're remembering and going back into our past, learning more about our conceptualized abilities. These classes that we've had are classes that helped us maintain our ways of being, of existence, with maintaining reality bended powers. So this focused rework was the main thing that ignited this concept of me wanting a Warframe rework. And it doesn't have to be a rework that's just like, bam, here you go. No, it could be part of a quest even. Just us being more connected to who we are and what we remembered from our past. I feel like we are this relentless chaos type of individuals, and once we truly know who we are, we have that choice to be either a person that ignites relentless chaos or contain chaos. End of the day, these are insane powers from an insane entity or conscience, I would say, but we're not going to get too deep into the lore, any of that. But let's go to number 2, who the Tenno are, or rather what they are, depending on what you want to see it as. The Tenno are dreamers, and I think there's going to be a full circle moment in Warframe where they finally become what they want to be, and we'll have that choice. I think that's what the alignment system is about. And one thing that I want to see with the Tenno is truly connecting to the past and the things that they've done. Not all the bad things, but the good things. I'm talking about when Warframes were made, they weren't immediately piloted by said devils, us in general. It was piloted by the ones that agreed or didn't agree to take the strain, to have their bodies made of infested steel and just be a conduit of reality bending powers. The void, they're containing void powers. Okay, now doing this, yeah, they're all crazed, but they still couldn't defeat the sentients by themselves. So what did they do? They use the Tenno, right? They used the Tenno, and that granted a treaty. Now, this is the second part that really plays into what I want for the rework, is that we have a chance to make Warframes go to level 40. Similar to Kulvor Tenet weapons, Code of Weapons, whatever weapons that's able to go to 40 pretty much, right? Now, the reason for this is if you love a certain Warframe, you're going to put as many forma or any of the sorts as much as you can. Only some people do that, but this gives a reason to farm more forma, even though I would hate it. Yeah, but I'm trying to speak in the concept of just like laying it out there and giving more reason to play Warframe and play certain characters in Warframe. Well, Warframes in Warframe, of course, right? Let's say Chroma. We get Chroma to level 40, right? I mean, he has the easiest subsumes. Either you can trade his 1, but you lose your elemental cycle, so you would just stick to either whichever element that you want, or you can replace his 4 pretty easily. I hear some people replace the 3, which is crazy to me. I love Chroma, but like replacing the 3 is kind of insane, okay? But the reason for this is like there's some Warframes that just are either used for their subsumes or they have easy subsume replacements. And I can't say that I truly love that, but it feels like the only option if you want to take your prized Warframe into a certain area of Warframe, like the high level things, level cap or deep Archimedia, like all these crazy things. Like sooner or later, people aren't going to be having builds for these randomized characters that you have for Archimedia, because no one pays attention to said characters. Okay, that's why a lot of people just skip every other week of deep Archimedia, because it's not worth it. The Warframes aren't worth it. They stick to their regular meta and have Nourish or this, that, and the third on there, and that's it. Call it a day. See the numbers, you keep seeing numbers and keep seeing numbers, and you see how repetitive that is? That's going to put us in a situation where a lot of these toxic folks are going to pretty much downplay Warframe for what it is and just lose all of its uniqueness, because everyone is doing the same thing. Of course, there's nothing wrong with doing the same thing, but we need something to stabilize that. Same way with the Incarnates. And that's the next part. We're going to the Helminth now. With the Helminth, it doesn't have the Riven of the game. It doesn't have the Incarnate of the game. I remember when Rivens came out, a lot of people loved it and a lot of people hated it because it gave leeway to let a lot of weapons be forgotten. Okay? Incarnates put us back in a topic where a lot of underlooked weapons are now the new metas. It's such a creative way of bringing them back, as well as having more weapons come through along the years, like 10 to 12 weapons a year. And how many weapons we have now? Who knows? Probably like 1,000 now, right? And it's going to keep growing. But I digress. The main reason I'm fighting so hard for this is pretty much there's a lot of older Warframes that are never going to get love again. And they don't necessarily have to go through that. See, I know Pablo, DE just be cooking all the time. And every Warframe does not need a rework. They just need something else. And I believe that if we can be able to upgrade our abilities, like almost mod abilities, similar to the Incarnate's evolutions, a simple system that's already inside the game, I think we'll be a-okay. Let me give you guys a concept of what I mean so it can better be like projected into your mind. Sorry. And of course, it's a new day. Sinuses are way better, so bear with me. Now let's back this shit up. Now, as you can see, this is from the game of Avengers, right? We're not going to talk about this game. But they had an amazing intrinsic power system that helps give other characters a chance to make unique builds with the unique statuses they got, right? So almost similar to Warframe. Similar, just a little bit. Now, anywho, this could be so good for Frost, Limbo, Loki. Even though I got a goated Loki build with mind control at the 4. I had the 4th for like 3 years just trying to make a good build with the 4th. And at the end of the day, we fighting mofos with like limbs as weapons. Okay? We're fighting stones with limbs. We're fighting... Do I need to get into it? Cause like, come on. Like, we see it. Like, it's useless. Now, we can put ourselves in a situation where we can have 1 order 3 and change that up. Instead of just using augments, generic augments. I don't want to throw augments away, but come on. Come on. Let's be realistic here. You know, like, I think if we use the system that I'm trying to show and then have the generic augment and make it something where it could change the whole aspect of said ability, I think we're good to go. You know, and then like if you guys want to like, you know, put a little flaw in there, if you choose to put a generic mod in there, we have no access to the little evolution thing to the Warframe on that slot specifically. It could work. You know, like I'm tired of seeing Limbo mains having to solo or invite or / friend only and have to have fun by themselves. It's senseless. Like, why? Because people would just immediately be like, oh my gosh, we got a Limbo main here. You know, like, why do me as someone that wants to play Alvaro or work on her build, someone go out of their way to go into the voice chat or the game chat and be like, are you an Alvaro main? I'm like, no, I just want to have fun with someone I built. They're just lying there. And then as soon as you, come on, man, this could be even more of a help for Alvaro, like give her better kits. Imagine being able to put certain things in your quiver before you get, oh my gosh, that would be so tough. Oh my gosh. Even with Frost 1 or 2, you know, like easy subsumes, but putting the augment there, boom, might be good to go. But hey, it's so many things and so many frames that need to be relooked. In that way, Pablo don't have to do all these different reworks, this, that, and the third. Best part about it, you can slowly drop all of these things. So you can make announcements like, oh, this person getting the evolution, and this person getting the evolution. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can slowly just go back into the midst of getting people excited for frames that been here for years. Come on. Trade market jumping. People buying the resurgence tokens, the regal. Come on, man. But am I missing anything else? Shit, honestly, no, man. Like, let Oberon be the last rework. Okay? And then y'all don't have to do it anymore. Y'all can just give Warframes little evolutions. That would be so tough. And it's like the Tenno is pretty much just like honing in on their ability to better soothe the mind of the Warframe, or just learn more about the said Warframe, to learn more about their past, so they can defeat their difference or something, you know. But yeah, man, I don't have no outro, so I'm gonna just give you a peace sign.